But then like second half, I'm like, oh, close to graduation, I got it locked in.
There's no way out of this. I'm like, either we're in the Great Depression or World War II. So we're cooked. Boys, we're cooked.
No, like exactly. It was like the same reaction when you eat a word. It was just like, oh my gosh, it's so sour.
Okay, you know what's funny?
I just hit my knee. And I was like, but I okay. We promise there's nothing in here. It's that one. There's nothing in here.
Welcome back to the Jordan Whitrock Show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with a buddy of mine. We go back to college. We think about this. Like, there's one class I think that really we got to know each other pretty well with. And we did RTF, productions, all that kind of stuff together. Ironically, though, I would say the class we got the closest to was Geography 101. So, without further ado, let's welcome to the show, Max Rinn. Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, no, pleasure. Okay, let's talk about that class there for a second, because I remember walking in and being excited because I took biology, took chemistry. I think I tried to take geology, and I was like, man, this class ain't working for me. Geography, for me personally, was the first class I was like, yo, this is sick. I actually enjoy what I'm learning. And then you happen to also be in the class. That's I feel like how we really got to know each other.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of had the complete opposite reaction to that class because
he saw me. He's like,
well, I was like, oh crap, I got this guy here, but no, it's normally science is normally science is not my thing. Science doesn't interest me. I kind of had to take it.
Yeah. Well, you were graduating that semester too, so you needed to pass it.
Well, yeah. So it was the only science class where I actually I actually have to pay attention. Actually I actually had to pass and stuff. But what really helped in that class was those
homework help or whatever.
Well,
or not. There's study.
No, homework. Was it home? No, I think
it was whatever that would be, where you could go to get help.
I think it was some extra study.
Something. Yeah. And that was the first one I ever went to, because I've always had a show or something going on, so I never had open time during the day or whatever. But that was the first time that I was like, yo, this is lit. I don't have to worry about I can literally not have to study. I'm literally studying in these 2 times a week, and I'm acing the tests. I'm not even worried about it,
Well, yeah. It was actually one of those classes where I actually did decently on on tests and stuff like that. So it's just I mean, the first couple I got C's or something like that. But
yeah, but then we locked it.
But then second half I'm like, oh, close to graduation, I got it locked in.
I remember literally.
I was so worried.
You joined a couple of my streams on YouTube, and then you're like, dude, I can't do this anymore. I gotta I'm studying the clouds.
It's because I always feel I always need to put more actual work than most people to
gotcha.
to understand, and it's just it was the only class I was struggling with the semester. I wasn't really struggling with, but it was a class I was doing worse in, so I really wanted to
had to lock in.
I really wanted to nail it, so
yeah,
but yeah, I didn't, but so I like the lecture, and I like the extra study. I didn't like the lab.
Oh,
I didn't like the lab. I
can't remember that. That lab. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I have had worse labs. So to me, that lab was fine. But that's because I've had labs where I'm like, this is going over my head, and we have a test in this today. That doesn't make sense. Well, when did tests in lab happen?
Well, yeah, and it's just. Well, and it's just I don't remember who exactly where my group partners were. I think did
you have the 8 a.m. lab too?
Yes, I did. It was the worst. It was possibly the worst. Wait, hold on. I think I remember who was one of them. Do you remember Tacey?
Yeah.
She was
yeah,
she was in it, so so it was me, Tacey, 2 other people, but but the other 2 people didn't do anything it was in my lab, so it was always me and Tacey trying to carry it.
Yeah.
And
put a backpack on.
I was sports.
Okay, you know what's funny?
I just hit my knee. I just hit my knee.
All right. Well, hey, while we let Max recover, we have Alex back in the studio. So
I'm
let's
back
go.
in the studio. Here we go.
Alex, what have you been up to? You've been gone 2 episodes now, which is kind of crazy to think about.
My apologies, fans. Sorry about that. I've just been busy with work. I apologize.
Yeah.
But I said, hey, work, you guys don't need me. Jordan needs me. Jordan needs me. I'm there for him.
Let's go. What I was gonna say before you hit your knee and shattered your kneecap was, remember when we played basketball together at the rec? We go to the basketball.
Yes.
I totally forgot about that until like just recently. I was thinking about you, podcast, all this stuff, and I was like, yo, remember we played basketball?
I miss that,
dude. Remember when we did that 2v2 and there was 2 good guys and then you and I and they this is funny. This will make me cry maybe.
What? Why?
No. So you and I were shooting hoops, just having fun, and then like, these 2 guys come over and like, hey, do you want to play or whatever? And they're like, all right, like let's split up the teams. Cause I think I was like, I don't know, we're definitely not going to beat you, kind of thing. And they're like, okay, let's go 1-1.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And they're like, well, are any of you guys really good at basketball? And you're like, yeah, I'm good. And I didn't say anything. And so they gave you to like the worst of their 2. And then I ended up on the team with the like best guy or whatever.
Yeah.
I just remember your teammate wanted to kill you by the end of and I'm just there like, what is this? Do you remember that?
I'm gonna be very honest with you. I don't like,
because I remember
like
at the end you were like, oh, man, I don't know if I can do this. You're like, I haven't played like a full whatever in like forever.
Yeah, because I don't get a chance to play like a full game, so it's just like, oh my god,
it was so funny.
it was
anyway, that has to be like one of the top 5 moments ever at like doing something sport related or whatever, like at University of Oshkosh. I'm like, it's gotta be playing with basketball with Max, especially that one instance where it was like, it was so funny. Oh gosh,
I was way too confident, and then I was way too confident. My shot was off.
Yeah, that was the other thing too. Is your shot was way off that day. I don't know why. Like I've never seen you shoot that bad before.
Well, I mean, I'm like normally I'm not like that bad, like, but
you'd like spot up on that 3.
For some reason I was just off. So I was just shooting as I'm like, I was like, come on.
That guy would look at you like, oh, what the, like,
bro, like,
it's not, it's the shot, it's not me, it's the ball's not going in,
bro. No.
We're in a closed-in complex.
I think it was Win.
I didn't think it was a win. They did have a big fan up there. Maybe that threw you off.
I mean, like, that was like new, like, like that court. Like,
yeah, we did the floors, right?
They did the floors like a semester like before. That. I think it was like it was either like a year or a semester.
So maybe it was
before.
the floor that like threw you off and whatnot. All right, okay. Anyway, so you get through geography. You graduate.
Yes.
What happens when you graduate? Because I feel like that after you graduate, we haven't seen each other, but it has to be like a year and a half or something like that. Like maybe I've caught you one time, but other than that, like we haven't chatted, which is why I'm excited. You know.
I think I'd not. Well, before I answer that, I think I don't know if I saw you last, but I think it was during one of our Connor shoots. I don't know if you were like I think he shot something for some like short film class or something. It was just, but I don't know if you were.
Was it his last film that he did?
No. And I think it was like one. I think it was like one night of Limbo or something. I don't know.
Yes, he asked if I could act in it.
Yeah,
and it just didn't work with my schedule, so I didn't do it. Yeah.
Okay.
So there was talks of me possibly doing it, and then I was like, yeah, there's no way this fits in. So I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So I was gonna say, so like you graduate.
Yeah.
What happens? So you graduate in spring, right?
I graduated. I graduated.
24 spring.
I graduated actually fall of 2023.
20. Oh my gosh! Wow, time flies.
I know.
Time flies.
I know.
Literally, is that 2 years? No.
That
3?
would be. Let's see here.
So 22 to 23, 23 to 24, 24 to 25. 3 years ago.
No.
I think it's 2. No, because Max, we graduated together. I'm pretty sure.
Are you sure? Okay. Wait.
So you graduated in
23, December of 23.
Oh, I thought you said 22. You said 23.
I said 2023. So I.
So yeah.
I think
it's
2 years.
That'd be 2 years ago.
I think it's close to 2 years.
Yeah, I heard you wrong. Yeah. Okay. So you graduate. What did you have a job coming out of college, or you? Were
did not. No.
Okay. Do you think you could have changed that, or?
I think I could have been like a lot more like proactive. Like,
yeah. Was it a struggle to find a job?
It took me like maybe like the first like it took maybe 4 months after graduation to like actually like find something. What I should have done is I should have just like been right on top of it, like closer to like graduation or something. Yeah. So so I already had my name out there already first.
I think it's hard too though, because like, I mean, so the job you currently have, we could talk about that. Let's talk about that first before we go into more details of the job. Yeah. So you ended up getting hired. Who hires you? What's your job title? All that kind of stuff.
Okay. Well, the first job that I did have, I used to work with WLUK, which is Fox 11 News in Green Bay. So,
okay.
And so then I started there first. I was I was a producer. So, and so then I will be in charge of producing the 10 to 10:30 p.m. news. So,
gotcha.
And so I actually started night side there. I was there. I was there maybe like 3-4 months. Okay. Writing was just something that was not for me.
Yeah.
It was just it was kind of a little bit like repetitive, and I kind of wanted to. I still wanted to be in news, but I wanted to do something a little bit more like creative and stuff like that. So I left around June, and then it took me actually like 3-4 months actually and find something else.
Gotcha.
And then now.
Did you not have to sign a contract with them for like 2 years?
I did. I did, but I was able to get out of it without breaching the contract. So
okay. How did you do that? I just always assumed once they had you for 2 years, they had you for 2 years.
Honestly, I have no idea. Honestly, I have no idea how I was able to get out of that contract. I was just like,
they're over here like, we gotta get rid of this.
I just kind of told my news director like straight up like, I don't really like I don't really enjoy this. This is
I don't like
something
what you
I don't
do.
like.
No.
Okay, actually, shout out to Julie. She actually like recently retired as of like this week.
Okay.
And like
congrats, Julie.
Yeah, she's been doing it for like. She's been like in the Green Bay area for like 30 like years,
Gotcha.
like 30 plus years, and that's like and that takes a lot of like hard work. Yep. So like she was a great boss, but it was just like I didn't really enjoy producing. I didn't really enjoy writing. I didn't. It was just. It was just a lot. It was a lot of writing about like all the political stuff with like Trump,
Got you.
Like Trump's like 34 felony cases, for Stormy Daniels and stuff like that. So
okay,
all I do is I would like find like all like the like national stories, and it was just all like hard news, and it's just like I didn't really like enjoy like actually like like writing for it, for like anchors that have been like anchor for like 25 plus years. So like it's like I would be doing that. I didn't really enjoy doing that. I left in June. It took me an extra 3-4 months to find like another job, and then now I'm at CBS Local 5, and what I do there is I'm a production assistant for it. So sometimes like we like run. I mean, sometimes I actually like run like cameras. Like I flirt like on my own, or sometimes I'm writing audio. Like for some like broadcasts and stuff like that. So,
what's the coolest story that you've ever got to cover or be a part of on national news or whatever?
The draft.
Oh, true, because I was in Green Bay.
It was a draft.
Okay. What made that so special compared to like other?
It was it was like that whole week. It was just a lot of like moving parts. Like it was a lot of moving parts and stuff like that. Fortunately, I was not at Lambeau, but
yeah.
But I was like we were live on location for our morning lifestyle show that we have from like 9 to 10. So like we were like we were right next to Lambeau, but we weren't like in Lambeau. So it was just so I was able to get involved in just kind of like helping shooting like live like location and stuff like that for like an hour straight broadcast, like with like guests and stuff like that, like bringing like food or products, and then actually having like a live like performance or something like on air, which is which is something that took me like a while to be like actually be proud of, because like normally I'm really humble, and like normally I'm really like hard on myself, but it's just like being part of the draft. It's just like it's a once in a lifetime thing to have it in Green Bay. So
that's the crazy thing too. It's not like it's a city that the draft's normally held in. It's like that. When was Alex? Was that the first time we ever had the draft like in Green Bay, or was it like the second time, but like the last time was like in 1930? Not 9. We're gonna start a World War II. We're going to Green Bay for the draft. No, I screwed myself. I said 1930. As soon as I said 30, I was like, "There's no way out of this." I'm like, either we're in the Great Depression or World War II. So we're cooked. Boys, we're cooked.
We're cooked. I just hope I don't get drafted too.
It was.
You had the wrong draft.
The wrong.
All right. When was the last time we had the draft?
The only other NFL draft. This is AI. Google AI overview. Yeah. The only other NFL draft held in Wisconsin was in 1939 in Milwaukee.
No way! That's crazy.
What?
It says that's what it says.
Oh my god.
1939.
There's no way. That's actually insane. That's what I said, right?
I think so.
I think that's what it says. That's what he said. Yo, guys, this is a legendary episode already. Oh, it's so good to be back, Alex. Welcome back.
Like,
okay, what if you were drafted? And this, we're talking football. If you were drafted, what team would you want to be drafted to? Back in 1939. No, I'm just kidding.
Ooh, like I mean, like
today.
Are we talking today?
Like you were in Green Bay, you were one of the players. They were gonna get drafted. You were gonna get drafted number 1 overall. But any team could have had the number 1 pick. But what team would you have wanted to have drafted you?
I mean, the right answer would be Packers, but it's not the Packers.
Okay, where are we going?
It's not the Packers. I would honestly, like, I would probably do like the Miami Dolphins or something.
Really? Why the Dolphins?
It's more of like the climate, the weather, and like they like people overlook the Dolphins in terms of like they actually have a pretty decent like franchise. Like I don't know if they have Tyreek Hill. Alex,
yeah, they do.
Alex, do you know if they have Tyreek Hill?
They do.
Okay. Do you want me to...
No, they do, because I just heard recently that like at the end of the year he's like, man, like I don't even want to be here, like I want to out. But I think recently they were just talking about how like he was like, like I finally see what the coach is trying to do and all that kind of stuff. So I think it was like at this point they're in a better terms, but I don't know if he'll stay on the team. But as of now, I think he's still on the team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's Dolphins.
So you're coming in as wideout number 4. What's your playbook? What's your route? What's your go-to route?
I don't know too much. I don't know too much about like routes, but like I would probably
Hail Mary, just full gas every time.
I don't like the Hail Mary plays because
that's good because Tyreek has that one covered. So we could do a slant. What? Now let's take camera 2. Let's take camera 2. This is the field. This is the field. This is field.
Yeah.
This is quarterback. We got wide receivers here. Yeah. Defense is here.
Wow.
Where are we going? This is you. Quarterback's here. This is you.
honestly,
I'll hold my finger where the quarterback is.
say play.
Yeah.
So-
Hut, go.
Catch, and then
It's like a button hook.
yeah,
So button hook and then
and
gas
then
it.
or
Yeah.
or
A slant.
a slant, little fake, and then
And then gas it.
and then gas.
I don't know why I'm saying gas it.
And then gaslight him.
And then we gaslight him.
And then I gaslight him.
Be like, you're slow as heck.
That's
Wrong gaslight? My bad.
that's what I would probably do, but
Yeah,
I
fair
don't
enough.
know. But
Okay,
But-
so beyond work,
yes.
what have you been up to? Seen anything cool? Getting good at any video games?
I don't play. I don't. I
Like
don't.
golfing?
I don't play a lot of like video games like anymore.
Nice.
I do want to get back into golfing, but
Yeah. Hey, we should go golfing sometime. Alex, you golf, right?
Like, I have like once in the past.
Do you have a
4
set
years.
of golf clubs or not?
I do, yeah.
Oh, do you have a set of golf clubs?
I do actually.
Guys, when are we
Guys.
going golfing? I'm saying this
Let's
because
get
I'm
the
not
guys
good.
up together. Come on.
I'd be down. I'd be
Like,
so down.
Yeah.
I'm not that good.
Oh, I'm not good either.
Neither am I.
Actually, we just shot on 9 holes, and I think I was like plus 60. So, yeah. So like, it's and not that bad. I would like to say most of them were par 4s and a couple 5s. So if I'm shooting, there was one hole that I did go like 12.
Yeah.
And I couldn't putt, and that was the problem. I just kept going too fast. So yeah, that was right, and that's how I started out the day. That was the first hole. I just kept, and so I was already down by everyone. I would like to say though, I think I took out of like I think there was 7 of us. I think
Yeah.
I took like 4th. So that's not terrible.
That's not. That's
And
not
you were
that
plus
bad.
60.
I know.
Right.
I think there's
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 ahead of me, but
Yeah. I've been places like last year, but like I would always go like I was played the full like 18 or something.
that's
I
crazy.
was played the full like 18. I was and like I'm always like
Hey,
plus
you
like
know-
35, 40.
You know
over-
Amro, right? Have you guys heard of Amro?
No,
Really?
I
Or
have not.
is it- No, it's Amro.
Amro. I was gonna say it's like the city Amro.
City Amro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, no, I I confused you. Okay, they have a golf course last year that you could pay like I think it was like $6 on Monday
Oh.
to like go do their 9. So it'd be like a low, cheap way to like get in
Yeah.
back into golfing kind of thing compared to like going straight up to like the place that would cost like $20, which like it is $20, but like it's still kind of like you could go somewhere cheaper. So, but I don't know, we could put that in the final.
Do you walk it or you get a cart?
Normally I walk it because it's not terrible, and the cart almost makes it go faster, which like I don't know, it's a plus or minus of like
Yeah.
if there's people behind you, the cart's nice because you can at least get there quick. But if there's no one behind you, I do enjoy walking the course and like enjoying taking in,
Oh, yeah, but this is gonna sound so Wisconsin of me, but like I enjoy like when the people just like bring beer or something, and I just like
oh yeah.
when
the golf course says like don't bring your own alcohol, and then like
Don't-
every Wisconsinite has like a 12-pack in their
I-
one side of their
I always I always bring my own.
allegedly. They're gonna get you. No.
Yeah.
Every time you go to the next one, they're gonna be like, "Can we see your bag?" You're like,
Yeah,
"No."
they were like, this is my bag. You're not allowed to touch this bag. Don't
Yeah.
even lay a finger on this bag.
What beer are you taking with you, allegedly?
Oh, Coors Light. Coors Light, or sometimes like if it's like really like hot, like a Lion Google summer shandy or something.
See,
like
that only tastes like, and like Liney's only takes, and summer shanty don't really like the other ones.
yeah.
Ice cold, like on a really hot day. That's the only time that I can be like, yo, let's keep going.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'm always a Coors guy. Like for some reason that just became my beer. And I mean, I like Busch too. I think if you went like the main 4,
Yeah.
it'd probably go Coors, Busch, Miller, Bud.
Yeah.
But
Speaking about Bush, they just they just came out with like Bush apples, like
Yeah, they brought it back.
like
Yep.
like a few weeks ago.
Yep.
Did you buy any?
No, you know what? I did not buy any, but I went to Walmart recently with my dad, and then I was like, oh, like let's go look at the beer section.
Okay.
First time I've ever seen there be non-alcoholic beer, like where you could purchase it in the cooler. I've never seen that before, which I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. You know, like
Yeah.
I like for me, I love playing beer darts. It's my favorite game of all time. The only issue is you end up drinking a ton, and like as like you do research
That's
on
the best part.
No, I know,
Come on,
but like,
come
but when
on.
you do research on like what alcohol does to like your brain and your body, everything, it's like wow, like
Yeah.
if I drink more than like maybe 2 beers a day, like or like 1 beer a day, it's like I'm literally like I'm actually destroying my body, and at some point you get to a point where like you're not able to recover. So like we're young, we're able to recover, but like when you get older, you don't have that regenerability. So if you keep drinking, you're not able to fully recover, which starts deteriorating on you.
Yeah.
So then I was like,
like,
maybe I gotta get me some NA, you know. Non-alcoholic Bush for beer darts and switch it every other.
But
you were saying apple Bush,
yeah. But does that taste different from like?
I've never tasted it before. That's the other thing too is I kind of want to try it.
Okay.
Just in
Yeah.
that standpoint of I've never had anything non-alcoholic that's like said it's alcoholic besides like a kitty cocktail, you know.
Yeah.
Dude, those used to slap back in the day. They still do. Honestly,
No.
I would take them over the actual thing.
No, like adult kitty cocktails. Just put some fucking in it.
Wait, what?
Just put I don't know. Just put some like Tito's or something like in there and just spice
that's the
heck
worst
out
stuff.
of it.
Dude, I'm not a fan of Tito's.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Alex, you gave me a nice. Are you a fan of Tito's?
No, I am, yeah.
Yeah, you Max. That's your go-to.
It's not my go-to. I'm a big tequila person, so but I'm not one of those people that like to drink straight up tequila on the rocks. I tried that
with a little lime.
With the lime, I tried it once, and like my I've never had my face so disgusted more in my life. Just drinking that straight up. I would just drink it, and I'm like
you had a warhead. Nice sour warhead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like no, like exactly. It was like the same reaction you like when you like eat a warhead. It was just like, oh my gosh, it's just so sour. Like it's so.
And you're whispering that out loud too. You're like, oh my god,
like, oh. Okay. We promise there's nothing in here. Stop. There's nothing in here.
That's so funny. I wasn't even thinking that until you said something.
I can't drink my water.
Just spiking Max's drink.
The listeners are like, what the heck? The audio just switched insanely. We just lost all hearing in the right ear. No.
We just lost all hearing.
Okay. So, you're going to a bar. Since we're just talking about alcohol. You go to a bar. Would you rather there be a dance floor or a karaoke machine?
Ooh.
Alex, this one's for you too.
I'll let Max go first.
I would say like most of my experiences were like with like the dance floor, like at Oshkosh, like Molly is on the ground.
Speaking of which, we never caught each other out.
No,
ever.
no.
You know how many times we texted or snapped and we're like, "Hey, I'll see you out there," and then we just kept perfectly going to the wrong ones.
No. Like no.
Yes.
No. Like you would be here. No. Like you would be here. You would be going somewhere else. And and then I would go to the.
Or it'd be like I'm ending early. I'm just going to like go to bed, or I gotta whatever, get up early. And then it'd be vice versa. Like you'd be like I'm staying out, or I'm going to bed early. Yeah. Like I can't stay up late, and I'm like, so we'll have to after golfing.
I think we need to.
Yeah.
Like I think it's long overdue.
So you're picking dance floor, Alex. What are you picking?
I'm picking dance floor.
I'm definitely picking dance floor.
I love singing. I don't have any good karaoke songs. Like remember after Jacob's film, we had that karaoke. You know how many songs I tried to sing, and then they either didn't have them in the book, or it was like, like I'm not. Actually
So how does
gonna
karaoke
sing,
work? Because someone told me that like you can do it from Spotify as long as like Spotify has like the lyrics for the song. I thought that it's like karaokeable, or is like there a set list?
So it depends on who the karaoke owner or whatever it does. So like the one that we went to, they had a book you could only pick out of their book, and their book has like a million pages, and the table of contents makes no sense because it's like you would think it would just be like by artist and then by artist song names. That to me would make the most sense. How they did it was just by like I swear song names. So you could if you knew the song name, which like me personally I'm terrible with like song names, or I'm always missing a word or two. So it's like if you go down a list, it's not going to be where I think it is, and I'm like, well, it's got to be here. It's like, well, no, it's not. Where like that, so it makes it so it made it so I'd be, oh, what's this song? After like a million turns, I'm like, you know what? I don't really want to sing it anymore. Instead, I'd walk away. And then there was like the only song I ended up singing was because the one guy went up there to sing and then forgot like half the words, but then I was singing with him, and then he's like, yo, get up here. It's then we both sang it together. And so that's like the only time I really karaoke. But I would pick dance floor 100 like times over.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I remember going like every Thursday. Like Molly's had these like pawn tourneys or something, and like you know, like I would go with like Corey, you know, I was going to go with Corey,
all
you know, like
drops, no,
and stuff like that. No, me and Corey, we were so good.
He's so good. Yeah,
we were so good that like we made it to like the finals like that night, and like we lost, and like if you would have won, like you would have been like invited to like a final like pawn tourney like for that semester. So like all the winners,
got you,
like every week would just play each other.
Yep.
Me and Corey almost made that, and I was like, but
what was that?
but I'm just mad. No, I'm just mad at myself because I choked so bad. Like, like I think I was like a few like drinks deep in, and I just like I threw it, and I was and like
right off the guy's across from his forehead.
No,
like, dang it.
No. I threw it over that guy because I was just shooting it like over, so like it would just go over the guy's head. And Corey like looked at me and was like,
"Company's done this." Yeah, that's
what?
tough. That's tough.
It's like
I was never. I'm okay. Like I'm not someone you'd be like, I need a partner to win. I'm probably not the guy you're picking. But if you're like, hey, I need a partner who's like not gonna maybe cause me to lose.
Yeah.
Then that's me. You know, I can kind of hold my own a little bit, you know, but I'm going to need someone to carry me to get us to win, you know, those. So, but there was one event that I went to, and there was a pawn table, and I think Corey might have been there. I think he was there, and I ended up playing against him, and our table like beat him, but he would have been like, he was like undefeated that whole night, and he was like just there or whatever, continue to play because it was like winners stay or whatever, and we somehow beat him, and I just remember him being like, dang. Well done. And then I think he came back and did kill us.
Oh
yeah, but like,
oh yeah.
We got lucky that one time, but
oh yeah. You beat him like once, and then he just like dominates you, and you can't ever come back from it. Yeah.
What's do you have a party trick?
Do I have?
If as long as it's like PG, maybe PG-13.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't.
Okay.
I'm
Alex, do you have a party trick?
I do not.
I don't really have one either. I can juggle, but I don't really count that as a party trick because it's like I would just do that normally. Like, you know, some people would be like, watch this, and then they like do a backflip. You're like, I never saw you do that before. What?
It's not really a party trick. It's more of like more of a talent.
What's the talent?
Sometimes I'm good at impersonating.
Oh, okay. Can you give us a little taste?
You know, like from Stitch, or you're like aloha.
All right.
Or
I
was able to do like SpongeBob, but like since my voice rap, I'm like I can't I can't go
Damn, puberty's a bitch. No. Bro can't be Stitch anymore.
I can't.
All right, dude. Would you want to be in the movie Lilo and Stitch? Like, was that like one of your favorite movies when growing up?
It was actually my favorite Disney movie growing up. Like,
what was your thoughts about them not having a dryer? when she would
wait.
go hiding from her sister. Did you ever see that? There's
No, what? No.
So in the movie, there's a
Yeah.
washer and dryer, and she's running away from her sister to like hide, right?
Yeah.
And she hides in the dryer, and then
Yeah.
her sister like knows that, catches her in the basket, right? Remember that scene?
Oh yeah.
So when they
Okay.
I don't know if they originally came out with that or if that was like they're like, hey, we're ready to go.
Okay.
But then Disney was like, wait, we're technically telling kids to like go hide in dryers. Like we can't do that. So they switched it to like a basket or something like a different. So it's like a washer's next to like this like it's not really a basket, but it's
Okay.
something like that, like a hamper or whatever. So
Yeah.
she hides in the hamper instead of like a dryer because Disney's like, whoa, that's a liability. We can't be telling kids to go hide in dryers, like die. But okay, I was curious if you ever. I saw that and I was like, I mean, fair enough. I'm like, you would hate to have that liability on you of,
What? Yeah.
How many times? Wait, what were you saying?
I would say that's not the only thing that got changed in that movie.
What else got changed?
So like this because that movie came out I think 2001 or 2002.
You're right. Yeah.
So the spaceship scene, it used to be like a big airplane.
Yep.
Before it got switched to, and they were going through the city, but because of 9/11, they switched it to like
right.
going through the island in the spaceship.
That's right. I forgot about that. You know how many times? I think I've asked Alex this, but how many times have you been to Disney World or Disneyland? Have you been there?
Just once.
Just one. Do you remember, or were you too young?
I was like 11 or 12, so it was like so it was like a very long time ago.
Okay.
The only thing I remembered like very very much was like Animal Kingdom. I like Animal Kingdom,
Yeah.
and I liked what was that part? It was Epcot.
Oh.
I really liked Epcot.
Yeah. Epcot's 10 times better than what it was back then,
Honestly,
which is cool.
Honestly, here's the thing. This is what I always like want to do, and I see like other YouTubers do it.
Yeah.
I like I want to go like every single like little spot in like Epcot and like have
Drink
their,
around the
like,
world?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
drink
yeah,
drink
yeah,
around
yeah,
the world.
yeah.
I always want to do it, and I feel like
Hey, if
I
you
could do it now if I really want to.
No, you
And I-
wouldn't be able to.
Why?
You would, no. Let me you could do it if you split each drink with someone. Because how many countries are in? Alex, look this up. How many countries are in Epcot, or like, you know what I'm saying? Because like I've done it and I split every drink, and by the last 2 countries, I was like, I don't know if I can drink this. So I don't even think we finished it.
Oh.
And we split every drink, and we did it like we kind of had most of the day to do. Like we hit all the rides early in the morning, so we wouldn't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
And continued that the rest of the But how many countries we got?
11 countries.
11. So there's 11. So that's 11 drinks to have in the.
Rookie numbers. I'm
But
just
it's not
kidding.
like a beer. It's like
yeah, like hard like mixed.
yeah. And they're really good. Don't get me wrong. And there was some that were really like, dang, I could have had 2 of these, but I know I have to get through the rest. And like the one in Germany, the beer's like this tall, like it's a lot of liquid. I think is maybe what happens too. So.
Yeah.
But hey, let me know next time you go down there. If I have money and I can financially afford it, I'll go with you.
Do you no. Do you know what? I've been trying to go back to Disney and I know Connor was on like one of your like episodes like a couple of episodes ago, and like he's always wanted like fighting me to go back to like Disney, but it's just like our schedules like never like aligned with each other, so like I couldn't like go down. But I'm like, we could make it like a thing where like you, me, and like Connor and
We get Alex?
and Alex like
we get
wait,
not necessarily cheap plane tickets, but one person could fly with Alex and the others could pay.
and oh wait, actually, Alex, can you give us like discounts? Like,
I used to be able to. I can probably pull some strings from some of my friends.
Yeah.
So
Interesting. We'll have to keep it in mind. You know what sucks is, well, we had Shani on the show. We talked about Disney a lot. And that would have been the person that would have got us like 75% off like hotels and Disney, which would have been like, that's kind of the main expense minus tickets, you know?
Yeah.
But that would have been, that's the only way I probably would have been able to afford it. But I don't think she's going down anymore. So unlucky. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know? Live, love, laugh, right?
Love.
Okay. So you're a working man.
Yeah.
Making a living. Do you see yourself staying in the job you currently have for like a long haul, or are you like, hey, like maybe I might go try out a different state work in a different market. You know?
Yes. I don't see myself staying in Green Bay. Like,
Okay. You see yourself staying in Wisconsin?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It's too far to think.
Yeah.
Like right now, but
Yep.
like, but eventually, I do want to move to like a photographer or something.
Do
With
you like
the-
photography instead of...
and shoot photography for something. So like you're shooting like live shots with like reporters or just like shooting like extra like VOs for
Got
for stories
you.
and stuff like that. So I would. So
Were you always like camera operator and like you loved camera operating compared to anything else or no? Or, like, what was the thing that you loved when you were in school?
I would when I was in school.
Yeah, or just like what was the
I
thing
was
that
just
you gravitated towards?
Well, it was just something like it's just something one of the first things with like TV where I kind of excelled at it, and I kind of noticed like I can do it at like I could do this like at a high like level, like even while I was still in college, while I was in college, like I was doing timber rallies. I did the Wisconsin herd for a season, so I mean like I felt like I felt like I don't mean to be to be cocky, but like I always felt like my camera work was
I would agree 100%.
was always like years ahead of like a lot of like people, and
I think it's easy, like especially like in school. And I think it's tough too because the school kind of sets it up this way because it makes the most sense. But the first thing you learn is camera because it's the easiest to like figure out.
Well,
so you graduate. So like people look at it as like, oh, I graduated from camera. I'm able to produce. Scroll, direct, all that stuff. But you kind of forget. It's like, well, you could also be a really good cameraman.
Yeah.
And that's a job that you can have. It's like I think people always looked at as cameras a step into where I'm trying to get to. It's like, well, no, you can be a cameraman,
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. Like eventually, like I might want to, like move, like not necessarily move away from like cameras and stuff like that, but like maybe more in a directing role. So I could like help like other people and like. And it's just how help other people like get their shots, because I feel like when I'm always like operating like a camera or something, I feel like I'm so picky about like my headroom, how much lead room do they have, like if it's like if it's like Timber Rabbits or something, if it's like a base runner, like going from like second to third, and I'm moving him like as he's like stealing, I feel like I always get very picky of like what like I do, and every time like I do like mess up like a little bit, I get like so like mad at myself, and like it took me like a very long time. Like it's a human error, it happens. Like no one can be like 100%, but I always try to shoot for that. But
perfection's overrated.
Look
at this show. The lights are different every single episode. I don't know. This room, maybe it's just, I think it's the corner we're in. It's just a tough studio spot to be shooting in. But hey, we're doing it.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
That's
so funny. Okay, do you prefer what? So like you work for Timber Rattlers also, as well as news and whatnot. Do you prefer working in sports compared to news, or you kind of like they both have their positives? And
I kind of like I kind of like both, because what I do on the news side for mornings, that like okay, well I mean, like I do like a 2-hour morning news in the morning, and then and I do a lifestyle show. That's different. That's what that's a very positive thing, is that like news, like I don't know like what's gonna happen, and I kind of like that.
Yeah.
So
me too. That's my thing, is I need wherever I end up, I have a desire to be in a job that's like it's gonna be different every time, and like I think that's why I like that creative aspect, because it's like I'm talking to someone, like a podcast like this, it's gonna be different no matter what. Who's gonna randomly guess 1939?
It's like the same concept, but like something like changes within it, and that's what makes it exciting. Sports,
I guess there's big hits or big,
like
you know,
big, like
throws or whatever.
like big throws, like huge like moments or something like that. That's probably like one of like the positive things I do like about that. But I mean like I do like both, but I feel like at a certain time like I need to like make a decision. But I'm like, do I just want to stick with sports, or do I just want to stick with like news? And it's just like I still like I'm still young enough, you know, to make that
call.
To make that call of like to make the call like, okay, like do I make the full transition? Like do I go and try to like work for like a sports station or something, or do I just, you know, like stay in like in news? And it's just,
would you ever be, I know you've worked behind camera for news and what, would you ever try to be in front of the camera, or not really? You just don't have interest?
I'm not too sure.
Like the sports, not necessarily anchoring, but like even if you were the sports guy for a station, to like, would that interest you or not really? Because you don't care about sports that much outside of
I mean, I wouldn't say like I don't care about sports. I really like sports.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I have the confidence to like to do it.
Gotcha.
Really the only thing that I'm actually am like doing like within like the sports realm, which I don't know if you've even like seen like some of my stories on like Snapchat, but like sometimes like I would make these like YouTube shorts or something about like sports.
Yep.
So
or is it like minor league?
Or
what's the YouTube you work on?
So the YouTube channel is called Minor League Committed.
Okay, there it is.
So it's me, Corey, and then it's I think it's like three odds, like four. It's like four other guys. We basically like we create like shorts or sometimes like long form content, you know, all, and it's everything about minor league baseball. So
which is actually a cool niche, you know.
I mean baseball. I mean like baseball can be like universal, but like minor league baseball is so like niche.
Yeah.
That we weren't like going to expect like a huge like growth like in the channel.
Yeah.
It's just
but I would argue though you don't see insane growth, but you'll find more people are coming back to you that maybe wouldn't if it was like if you had a video that popped off.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
but probably most of those people, if you're just in like the major leagues, wouldn't come back to your channel. They just liked your one video. Whereas the minor league, if you had a video pop off, everyone who watched it are like, oh, there's not a YouTube channel like this. Like, this is where I'm going to find all of the, you know.
Yeah, and then, and then now, like, with, like, our content, like, we're at, like, we're starting to see, like, a lot of our shorts are getting, like, over, like, 2,000 views, like, every, like, single, like, video. And,
let's
like,
go.
And
how close are you to making,
like, money
or partnering with YouTube?
I'm that
and that would be like an hour's watch. Are you at 1,000 yet for
like views
subscribers?
We're around like 850.
I was gonna say last I checked, I knew you guys were kind of getting close, but
we're getting close. But in terms of like actually like making like a revenue off of YouTube,
I'm not
entirely sure. That's something that I would have to, you know, like ask, because, you know, all I do, I just make content. That's literally all I do. Like, so like I'm not.
Do you guys all have access to the channel, or do you send your videos to?
We all have access to the channel. We all have access to X, TikTok, and stuff like that. Like all of those. Like,
how did the videos do on TikTok and X? I've never seen them on there before.
I would say I would say pretty much like kind of like around like the same.
Okay.
In terms of like view counts.
Yeah,
so.
That's good. Yeah, sweet. Yeah. I know. I just like last night I was sitting at my desk and I was like, I was editing for this show and like had stuff ready to post, and then I was like, you know what I need to do? I need to go back to the main channel and start editing like live streams. So I went through all of January and February live streams, which actually wasn't that much because I was so busy during those 2 months, so I barely had time to stream. So I went through all of those live streams and got my clips or whatever, and then uploaded them all to YouTube. So now I'll post them eventually, but I'm like, okay, it feels good to like have all those videos or shorts ready to go and whatnot. But I think it's so unique to be in our place where it's like you can have a job you know, like I think back to like our grandparents or whatever, and it's like, yeah, like I don't know about yours, but like my grandparents worked in the mill, so it was like you worked in the mill, went to your job, came home, watched TV, you know, in that sense, so like eat, repeat. Like there wasn't many avenues that you could do outside of that, and I think that's what's cool with us is like, I mean, like we have different jobs compared to them, but it's like for me, I guess I have a job that's really similar right now, just because it's summer, so I'm doing summer help at Alliance Laundry, so I'm building dryers and washing machines, which is kind of like the paper mill if you think about it a little bit, and so I'll do my 10 hours a day, and then I'll come back, and it's like, well, what are you going to do with these 6 hours before you have to go back to bed? You know, it's like there's so much you could, like for me, it's like there's so much more I can do. It's like I can go outside, watch TV, watch a game, talk to family, or I can come up here live stream or whatever that is that I'm going to do. You know, it's like you don't, I feel like I worked there one summer and it was like, it was rough. Like I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like this sucks. And this year I'm finding is different because like after that year is actually when I started my YouTube channel. So I didn't have like I would come home and do like what my grandfathers did and like maybe go out to eat, you know, but also I'm saving for school, so I don't have money to do that. You know, it's like all that kind of stuff. And it's like now it's like I come home, it's like, okay, we're shooting an episode. I better take a shower quick and set up everything, get ready to go. Or it's like, am I live streaming? Am I editing videos, like posting? Like, and so it's like there's so much stuff that I can do that I can feel like, okay, I'm still doing my creative stuff.
Yeah.
And the job is what makes the money because you have to be able to make a living, you know, and I think that's so unique.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's just, and it's also the reason why like, I have like that part time like 2 hours is that like is that like I don't just want to be doing like one thing like I kind of want to be like feeling like my day too, but it's just like like most games like during like the week they're mostly night games. I work morning side for news, so it's just like I'll probably won't get home till like 10 or something. So then like I only be getting like 3-4 hours of sleep, and I'm like that's not enough.
Yeah.
And like that's not enough. So like I only do it on Friday, Saturday, or Sundays or something.
Yeah.
And it's just, and then and it's kind of like the fun job I have. So like. So I can kind of have like fun with it like a little bit. I'm not saying I can like also like do that for news as well, but it's just like, but just like I feel like since I've done Tim Morales, you know, for years or something, it's just like it's so like familiar to me. So it's just secondhand. So it's just like
yeah, and that's the nice thing is like you can just go and almost relax. Like it's almost like you like decompress.
I can kind of like decompress. I still work. I still have to like do something, but it's just like, but it's just like in a way, it's like a way of like decompressing, like you said. So
yeah. So the other week I don't even remember, but my dad and I were talking about bird feeders or whatever, and I was like, you know what, I'm like, we should go to Fleet Farm and see if they have any cheap bird feeders. And when I say we, I mean you, because I'm not buying for them because I'm broke, you know. And he's like, yeah, we could go check. Like you could tell he's like, we can go check it out, but I don't think they're gonna have any cheap feeders and whatnot. Because I was like, like that was one thing. Like my mom's dad really liked bird watching or not necessarily bird watching, but just loved birds, all that kind of stuff, you know. And it's like I wonder if that's something that maybe I would enjoy or that would help, you know. And so we went to Fleet Farm. It was actually really funny because all their stuff was super expensive, but we grabbed the last 3 cheap bird feeders, and they were all different types. Like we had like the long skinny tube one, like that one was funny. It was like on the top shelf. It said like $3.99, but there was nothing there, and I was like, oh darn, I was like, that would have been a cheap one. I don't even know what it was. And I was like, oh, I wonder if I go on my tippy toes if there's something. And I went up there and it's knocked down, and I was like, oh, snagged or whatever. And then they had like this big barn that's like plastic, so it's not the best quality, but it holds the seed that like what you need. It's like that one was like maybe $10, but it holds a ton. It's like because all these other ones are like 50, 69, like 74, and it's like, well, who's gonna, you know. But anyway, so then we spend a bunch of time to like set up all the bird feeders. And what's tough is you have to wait a week before the birds like know that it's there. But what was cool is like after we set them all up, like I saw a red cardinal fly in, and I was like, and like take some seed and then leave. And so like I'm like, okay, I'd know that as soon as the birds start coming in and like leaving, taking seed or whatever, I'm like, I'm just gonna know. I'm just gonna go. Like it's gonna be so relaxing to just watch God's nature and like enjoy it and just be there and like so I'm super excited for that. So if we're looking at the clock, we have precisely like maybe 2 more days before it's a week up, and then the birds better be on there. No, or I'm throwing hands. No,
Yeah.
I walked out this morning, and
Yeah.
all I saw was like 7 squirrels like in the bushes, like just wrestling each other and like tearing each other up. I was like, dang, good day not to be a squirrel in that fight, but
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. I think life is gonna put us in whatever path we need to, and if we end up at Disney World at some point, legendary. That's all I say.
I know.
Well, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
And then if you have something else to say before we end, we could do that too. What's one advice for someone who's maybe in RTF or a degree like that in college and looking to graduate? Maybe they're wanting to do TV. What's one thing that you would recommend to them to be like, hey, do this before you graduate, or when you come out, don't take this so hard. Like, it's part of the learning curve that you know that just takes time to being on the job. Like, what's something like that you would tell someone?
Definitely while in college, just do everything like you can, learn everything you can. Because when you do graduate and like when you move out and you know like you're in the job market, like like you can be so like versatile, like just so like if you want to go in like you know like if you want to go writing, if you want to go more production, if you want to be on air, just try like everything you can, and then you have a lot more like a lot to play with, like in terms of like trying to like apply for like, jobs and stuff like that, but you also got to stay patient too, because you might not get a job right away. Like I said to you earlier, it took me like 3 to 4 months to like find like a new job, and like and during that time I was just not in a good headspace. I was just really stressed. I thought what I thought was, no one is gonna hire me. No one's gonna hire a college kid who only has experience in sports or like seasonal sports or something like, and then it's just keep continuing to put your name out there, keep continuing to put resumes out there, keep continuing to, you know, like reach back to people for like answers, stuff like that, because getting those answers, you can't expect them. You have to constantly reach out for it. Like you can't just sit back and watch and just expect everything to happen. You have to like really go for it. So so like the biggest thing again is just, you know, like just staying like just staying patient. Everything is gonna be okay. So.
Everything gonna be alright. Sweet. Well, Max, thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it so much. It was a blast.
Of course.
There's gonna be so many iconic moments when we look down the.
Oh my gosh.
Alex, thanks for coming back to the show and helping us out once again.
No problem.
Thanks everyone for watching. If you got it this far, consider dropping a like, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff, and hopefully we'll see you in the next episode. Peace.